What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about a shocking statistic that I just saw, and that is the fact that Mexico has a lower rate of homelessness than the United States, Sweden, and places like Poland. And maybe I will throw up the graphic somewhere around here so you can see the rates for yourself. Now, with all that said, smash the like button. Costs you nothing. It means the world to me. It really helps me out with the algorithm. And make sure to watch this video until the end. Now, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get on into this. Now, I found this interesting because you have places like the United States where the people think Mexico is some dirty little backwater country that is super unsafe and the people are super poor and all of these preconceived notions. As a matter of fact, let me actually tell you a quick story from when my grandma visited, but also when other people in my family visited. Not, like the touristy, like Cancun, Puerto Vallarta places, but when they came to visit me in Mexico City or Guadalajara or even Oaxaca City. So here is the quick story. And so, obviously, my family came to visit me at different points in time, and we went out, and I showed them the real Mexico, aka not the touristy, all-inclusive resort kind of vibes, but what people actually live like on a daily basis. And I would show them like middle-class Mexican neighborhoods and upper-class Mexican neighborhoods, and I'd take them to like where the wealthy Mexicans would go out to eat, and they were all super shocked. And we would be driving throughout, different areas of the city to get to these places, and both my mom and my grandma on different trips, mind you, because my mom and my grandma visited at different times. And so these are completely separate trips. We're driving through these cities, and they both said, "Where are all the homeless people? Like, I haven't seen any homeless people here. I haven't seen any, like, abandoned RVs. I haven't seen tent cities," and so on and so forth. And I go, yeah, you don't really see homeless people in Mexico. I don't know where they are because I'm sure there are homeless people, but it seems like Mexico in general and the families of these homeless people or, people who are struggling tend to take more care of those people than places in the United States. And this absolutely was shocking to my family because a lot of them used to live in like Portland, Oregon, or Seattle, Washington, in places like that. I mean, Los Angeles, California is another one. And they're used to seeing these tent cities. They're used to seeing homeless people doing illicit activities, shall you say, all over the places. Abandoned RVs just parked on the side of the road where people are, I don't even know what it's called. I guess camping or what may have you. And so that really opened their eyes to, hey, this place isn't that bad, it's not that dirty, and the quality of life here is actually pretty high. And this was actually really shocking to my grandmother in particular because she probably had the most preconceived notions about Mexico. In fact, she didn't even want to go. She was like, I can't go there, it's not gonna be for me, blah blah blah. And I showed her where I live in my area, and I was like, look, nothing's gonna happen to you. There are like armed guards with like heavy duty equipment going on around here. And she was like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna come check it out. And now she just loves it being here. She loves Mexico, and she's always trying to come back based on that experience. So that was a long story, I guess, of sharing with you about how shocking it is for Americans in general to find out that there's not really a lot of homeless people here in Mexico. And then I thought it was surprising that the rate was lower than a place like Poland, where in general people who are creating content always talk about how clean and how safe and how few homeless people they see in Poland, but there are more homeless people in Poland. And then Sweden probably isn't that surprising to some people, might be surprising to others because Sweden has, let's just say, not gone the greatest direction overall in general. And so Sweden actually has quite a few problems. But that might surprise you. Like, a typical American might hear Sweden or Stockholm and think the typical Scandinavian, super high quality of life. They don't have any issues. They have a great economy, happy people, beautiful people, blah, 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 blah. But their homeless rate is actually higher than Mexico. It's also lower than a place like Denmark, Australia, New Zealand, which is even kind of surprising to me, which I always saw it with my own eyes, but I was like, oh, maybe I'm just not in like the part of the city or what may have you where homelessness is a problem. But from the stats that I've probably shown you by now, you can see these governments all self-reported their homelessness rates, and Mexico is on the bottom half of the spectrum. So I thought that would be interesting for a lot of you, especially for those of you that have preconceived notions about Mexico as a country, even outside of the tourist areas. Homelessness, not really a problem. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. As always, thank you for watching. Peace. Much love.